So certain years of the 210 have absolutely disintegrating speaker foams. So all six speakers in this car are basically non-functional. The foams have rotted to the point that the cones are just jammed up. There's no sound produced at all. And I'm pretty sure even one of the originals was shorting out because, yeah, there was just nothing happening at all. It is actually possible to get the rear speakers out through the speaker covers, as you can see I've done here. In my opinion, it's a lot less risky than trying to remove the parcel shelf and the C-pillar trims and the rear seat backrest. All of that brittle plastic is probably just going to break. Yeah, so this was just the lesser of two evils, basically. And you can see that I have installed the choke from the original speakers at the rear onto these El Cheapo speakers that I've obtained. I specifically chose these speakers because they fit inside the original housings without having to butcher the rear end. So it's basically a perfect fit. I'm not going for any bass contests here, and I'm not an audiophile by any stretch of the imagination. I just want the sound system to be functional because my deck does have telephone functionality and I can stream audio off my phone. Yeah, it's just handy to have it actually working. And that's the intent here. So this is not a high-spec sound system I'm creating by any stretch of the imagination. So that's the rears completed now. And then it was time to move on to the fronts, and unfortunately these are non-standard sizes. The rears are. So in order to overcome that, I designed my own little spacer to mount one of these El Cheapo speakers onto the original housing. I basically broke away the entire top section of the old housing where the original plastic speaker is actually glued into position, and it gives you a nice flat top surface to actually glue this onto, and that seems to have worked just fine. After much screwing around, I've finally settled on basically butchering the original speaker holder because it's a non-standard setup. What most people do is just get the aftermarket speaker rings, but yeah, I'm not paying $135 shipping to get those from overseas, thanks to the rip-off rates of shipping at the moment. So I've gone ahead and made my own adapter, which I'm going to glue on top of this existing housing and drop a speaker straight into it. And I have test fit this with the door card, and it does work. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this on now and reattach it to the car, and then I'll get started on the other side. Door card I can't install yet because I'm gluing back on the hooks that all break off every time you take the door card off, so that'll go on later. So this is what they look like when they're installed. Bearing in mind this is a 1998 car with a full cloth covering over these speakers, so you will not see that hideous green ring that I have created. That is the only colour of ABS that I've got. And of course YouTube does not allow any kind of copyright material to be played alongside your video, so I can't actually demonstrate this working. I don't have any copyright-free material to test it out at the moment. And playing anything off my phone just results in it pausing when I hit record, so that's as good as it gets. You'll have to take my word for it that it's working.